You're tuned in to The Thinking Class with Lawrence D. Adams. Let's go.
Salute everyone. This is Lawrence D. Adams. This is when spirituality and the game combines. You have the thinking class. Salute to everyone. If you can hear me loud and clear, I'm trying to make sure. I think something is off a little bit. I want to make sure my audio is coming through. Let me do a test right quick before I get started and make sure everything is working fine. Make sure the audio is coming. Yeah, it's coming through. I can see it in the monitor, seeing what's going on. Salute everyone. This is Lawrence D. Adams. This is when spirituality and the game combines. Today, we're talking about the mindset of I'm not going to tell you until you listen to the whole thing today. But let me get my banner back up so everybody's on the same page. Shout out to everybody. Hey, guess what, man? The thinking class. Man, Monday was my birthday. Let me say that again. Monday was my birthday. Let's see. Yeah, what's good? What's good? Monday was, what's up? It sound good to me. Good. Monday was my birthday, and I turned 52 years old. I am proud and thankful. Let me adjust this mic right quick. And thankful to see 52 years on this green earth that we are a part of. Man, what a great time. Thanks everyone for the Cash App, Super Chats, everything like that. I appreciate it for my birthday. Thank you. If you still have not given, you still want to say, hey, I want to bless you. I want to give something for the birthday, be a sponsor for today's show. I definitely encourage you to do that. Let me get my lighting right because it's a little off for me, and I am like crazy about lighting and things like that. 1 second. There we go. So yeah, definitely. So 52 years old to I'm on Monday, March 18th, turned 52. I am thankful. grateful for everything that took place. Shout out to those who gave Cash App. I don't know what's up with my board. My what board didn't froze up. One of the things before was up. But today we're talking about mindset. And I realize one of the things to stop a lot of people in the game is not the game itself. You might have heard me say this before, but I'm going to say it again. What stops a lot of people in the game is not the game itself. The game itself is pure, unadulterated. It do what it do, whether you like it, if you don't like it. The game is what it is. Let me lower these down. There we go. The game is what it is. The problem is when we have someone who does not have the right mindset with the game. And mindset is trumps every card that you can even throw down if you're playing spade or if you're playing trump or you're playing tonk. You got to have the right mindset when you enter not just game, but enter life. What happens is many of us have been programmed and conditioned to the mindset of a mindset that does not serve us and is actually designed to serve everyone around us, but not serve us as an individual. So you have to have the right mindset when it comes to everything that you touch, everything that you come in contact with is the right mindset. I would sit here and lie and say that the mindset doesn't matter. It matters in everything that you do. I can't emphasize how important mindset is when it comes to the game, when it comes to life, and when it comes to moving forward. Like I've said before on many broadcasts, and you sound like I'm repeating myself. I'm only repeating myself so that you can understand this. There's no one holding you back but you. Let me say that again. There's no one holding. Let me step back from the camera a little bit so you can really see me. There's no one holding you back but you. This is why I call this whole, what I do here, the thinking class, because I want to separate it from the entertainment class or don't want to learn class or just barely get by class. That is the reason why I even call it the thinking class. Let me adjust my right there. That's why I call it the thinking class. This place is not for everyone. I don't want it to be for everyone. I don't want everybody to show up because it's designed for men, and this is a man's channel, for you to think and to reason and use logic. Doesn't mean that you don't have emotions, but you're supposed to think and use your logic on what you need to do. But that takes the right mindset. Many times you can ask anybody who's been in jail, who's been in prison. It was the moment when they did not think and made the wrong decision that cost them their life or cost them time in the joint. The same thing happens when you deal with, when you talking about dealing with some of these women. You were in the moment, you got excited, you got excited, and you did not think, and you made a decision that has affected you for 18 years to life. Now you have a child in the world that you and the mother can't get along because you did not think. The thinking class is a dangerous class because the thinking class actually, when they apply the thinking with the game, cannot. Nice threads, LDA. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you. Appreciate it. The thinking class cannot be swayed because they're able to reason and use deductive measures to think for themselves. We're actually thinking over here. Yeah, we think right. So I'm going to make sure this is emphasized over there. The thinking class is for you to think. The game. Salute to you, brother. Salute to you. I can't get my claps to work. I don't know what happened to my claps. It didn't. You can't make this up. But that did work. I don't know what's up with my claps. But I'm going to say this again. The thinking class is those who think and reason, who are not moved by their emotions, or they're not moved by entertainment. They're not moved by drama. They're not moved by what everybody says. And they reason and say, does this make sense? Does this apply to my life? That is the difference in the thinking class. That's why I call it a thinking class. I want to make sure I hammer that home because I'm hitting this nail. You want to be entertained, and you want to make you feel good and put you, treat you like your mama. I'm not going to do that. When you come into this cave or you come into this arena, it's for you to reason. It's for you to think. It's for you to deduct from what's being said. Does this make sense? How do I apply this? Can I test this in the real world? That's the thinking class. In this world, what we have a lot of people who are part of the emotional class. Emotional damage, emotional class. A lot of men who are straight up emotional. Please understand, I'm not saying anything's wrong with emotions. What I am saying is we have a lot of men who are just emotional. We need to get you some tissue. You always crying and whining and this ain't working. The thinking class is a dangerous class because they are coupled with men who take action. Men who take over the world are the men who think and reason and do. I don't know who this is for, but this is for someone who needs to hear this. You think. You're not. I remember a story. This guy was a Hell's Angel, and Hell's Angel get into it with other biker clubs. He said before he did anything to get a hit, what's up, Tanisha? Before he does anything, peace. What's going on, everyone? Salute, Zach Vision. Salute to you. Before he did any hit on any person who did something to his biker club, he sat down and he got his emotions out of the way. Your emotions will blind you to what you need to do in your life. He did not want to do anything out of his emotions. When you do something out of your emotions, 9 out of 10 times, you're going to make a mistake. You're going to make a mistake because you're doing something I feel this way, especially you men's. You're doing something out of your emotions because you know why? Because I feel this way. You're more like your mother than you are like your father. And I know some of y'all may not like this, but this is the thinking class. But the man said he would not do a hit on another biker club or anyone else unless he dealt with his emotions and he was done with it. And then he was able to think on what to do. You make the most mistakes when you're not thinking properly and you're clouded by your emotions. A lot of stuff that we're seeing in our community and we're seeing done by emotional driven men. They need Pampers. Emotional driven men who you can't even talk to them sideways when they get into their emotions, but they want everything. The thinking class separates you from the emotional class. They separate you from the emotional class. We have too many people, especially, let me, and I'm going to say this, I know I got white, black people around the world who listen to me. Let me say this, especially in the black community, we have too many people who are just swayed by their emotions. You're too swayed by your emotions. And everything is a song and a dance and a drama. Song and a dance and a drama. Look on social media now. It's normally what gets the hits, what gets the likes is when it's driven by drama. Let me do a little sidebar because I got to say this because it bothers me and I got to say it. Don't let you start doing better. Don't let you start doing better than other people, especially in the community or anywhere else. They're going to attack you because they want you to be on the same level that you were, and they don't want you to think. The most dangerous person in a community is not the loudest person. Let me say that again. The most dangerous person in a community is not the loudest voice. Y'all, we've been hypnotized. We've been bamboozled by thinking that the loudest person in the community is the person who says the most stuff. Yeah, you do this. They got the most elegant speech. They can talk to you. They got the charm. The person who says little to nothing is dangerous. You salute. You tagged all your cousins. I appreciate that, Tanisha. Let me say that again. The loudest person in the community, or the loudest talking person, is normally not the person that you need to be afraid of. The person who definitely wins in life is the person who thinks, who outsmarts those around them. That is the thinking class. That is a whole mentality. Who do you think was greater? Was it this going to be controversial, but I'm going to say it. Who do you think was greater? And this y'all let me know in the chat room what you think. Who was greater? Was it Malcolm X or Elijah Muhammad? Who was greater? Elijah Muhammad or Malcolm X? I'll tell you who was the greater one. It was Elijah Muhammad. He taught Malcolm X. And he was the one who said very few words, only spoke at certain times. You couldn't just come to him and talk. You got to understand how this works. The thinking class, the man who's able to think and govern his emotions, is a dangerous man. And this goes the same thing, and I'm going to say it in the church. We have a lot of emotional driven men in the church house also. I know this one y'all ain't gonna like it, but it is what it is. What's going on? Shabba-do, good to see you. You was good. Yo, what's good? Good to see you, bro. Let me say this again. We have a lot of emotional men who are driven in the church house. Emotional men. The key is the thinking class who thinks and reason, who does not fall into the trap of their emotions. Actually, they control their emotions to the point where you ain't go dupe them. I am not saying emotions are bad. I'm talking to men. I want men to think today. I need you to reason. I need you to deduct. Does this make sense? Does this play out to where I need to go? The real game is that you are 5 steps ahead because you have thought it out. That's the thinking class. The emotional class only lives in the moment to what feels good for right now. And most of this generation are driven by drama and what feels good right now. You're driven by, oh, that feels good. That's good. I like that. But the thinking class separates you from people. And let me be very clear. People are going to hate you because you think, and they can't run game on you anymore. People are going to hate you and not like you because you think, and you say, no. That don't make sense. You gave me 20 cents and you're trying to, that does not make sense. Tell me how that makes sense. The thinking class normally are the people who advance in life, who are not driven by their emotions. Let me say this again. I'm not saying that they do not have emotions, that they are robots, because I'm not telling anybody to be a robot, especially a man. But I am saying it's time for men to step up and be what? To think. Because how can you be a leader if you do not think? How can you be a leader if you do not think, you do not reason, you do not deduct, you do not? How can you lead? This is going to get you, because this is the game. How can you lead a woman who is a beautiful specimen of emotions if you being emotional with her? Oh boy, LDA, you shouldn't be saying that. How can you lead and direct a woman if you being just as emotional as she is? I knew that would get some unlikes. I know nobody would like that. When you whining and crying just like her, she's looking for you to be the rock, and you being the tissue. Both of y'all can't be crying at the same time. Both of y'all cannot be crying at the same time. The thinking man has to be the man who thinks and becomes the rock for himself first, and then for the woman who is that he sees to bring into his life. I make sure I said that correctly. But if you both being emotional, you both being drama driven, guess what you're going to happen? She's in a relationship with another woman. You just happen to have some hardware that she doesn't have. And reason why some men are so emotional, because they have never been smacked or dealt with a man and say, hey, get that together. You ain't supposed to do that. Get yourself together. You should hear how I talk to my sons. You see, my sons came up on Monday. You should hear how I talk to my sons. You think I talk to them with kitten gloves on? You think I talk to them like they soft? No, I talk to them, hey, get this together. Be on time. If you're not going to be on time, I'm leaving you, because I want them to think. I want them to reason. I'm not dealing with you like I'm not going to deal with you like you want to be dealt with. The world does not care, especially for a man, and especially for a black man at all. If you all in your emotions, they have a place for you. They have a place for you. You're not going to be a part of this. That is the mindset I want you to have. That of a man who thinks, who reasons. Yes, you got emotions. Yes, you get hurt. Yes, you get disappointed. Yes, things you don't like. Yeah, you go through things. But the man who's able to think and reason, he's dangerous. He cannot game. You cannot run game on him that easy. And I don't care what anybody say, and I don't like to play games. I ain't for the games, baby. The moment you came out of your mama's womb, the game was on. So I don't want to hear this whole thing. I don't play games. I ain't about these games. I ain't about that life. The moment you came out of your mama's womb, game was on. You cried so that you can get milk. Game. If you didn't cry, they smack you on the behind and get you to cry. Game. When you didn't like something that they were doing, you start crying. Or you liked something you thought was funny, you start laughing. Game. So all these people say, I don't want to play a game. I don't care what place you go in, what you do, church, mosque, temple, whatever the case may be. You got to be able to play the game, but it's a thinking man's game and not an emotional man's game. I didn't even get to what I want to say, but I got to say this because I got to get you to think. Let me get something else off my chest since I'm going to turn 52. Y'all been too emotionally driven on the stuff on the social media, man against woman and woman against man and man against. Y'all too emotional about it. I never seen so many men who are just emotional about what women ain't and could be doing. If the woman ain't doing what you like and you ain't agreeing with it, peace. You don't need to debate with a woman. You don't need to go back and forth. If she ain't on the program that you have properly laid out for yourself, why you need to make a video? Why you got to be worried about what they're saying and what they don't say? I kid you not. I've said this before. I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all need to hear what I'm gonna say. The moment you ignore certain behavior from certain people, it will stop. Give you a classic example. When my sons were doing stuff when they were younger, and they wanted my attention, when I ignored them, guess what happened? They stopped. But the moment, say I was chasing after my son, the more he ran. I said, come here, boy. He'll run away. Get away from that. He'll run to the next room. He thinks it's a game. And I'm not playing a game because I'm trying to go somewhere and he's running around with his pamper on. And I need to put his clothes on. He got to put his T2 on because I'm trying to catch him. It's the same thing with life. People will do the same thing to you. Y'all keep talking about this ratchet behavior, these women doing and what they ain't doing. I guarantee, ignore it. I'm not saying that you deny that it's there, because most people say, well, and you were just saying LDA, just don't say that it's there. Well, what I'm saying is, I don't, just the thing, I don't entertain that. Let me get high class thinking. I don't entertain that type of behavior. Let me help some guys out because they don't really get this. I don't, in my space that I am in, I do not entertain that type of behavior. I'm sorry, darling, but you might have to move on. I don't entertain that kind of talk or that kind of behavior at all. Guess what's going to happen? Women are by nature are going to adapt for survival. Man, it's too much game. Women are going to immediately adapt for survival. If they say, wait a minute, this ain't working to get his attention, what must I do to get his attention so that I make sure that my survival is taken care of? Okay, good. Change my behavior? No problem, Mr. Joe Blow. I'm going to change my behavior. Women adapt what? For survival. They know that if they keep acting a certain way, that there's two things going to happen that man's not going to deal with, or whatever the case may be. They're going to adapt for its survival. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Put a number 1 in the chat room, because this might be too hardcore. The thinking class is thinking today. And I haven't even got to the mindset of put a number 1 in the chat room. You picking up what I'm putting down. Put a number 1 in the chat room. I'm going to wait till you put a number 1 in the chat room. If you picking up, you say, you know what? I see what you're saying. I see where I missed it at. Thinking on the higher level. You got to be able to think on a higher level. Some of you, what's going on, Tony? Good. Tony, what's good? Some of you, the problem is you're still thinking from a level of a 12th grader, and you're 60 something years old. You have not elevated your thinking, your mindset. Your environment is dictating what's going on with you. The real men are always looking. Let me say this again, because real men are taken out of place right now. The Renaissance man is always looking to expand his mental palate. The Renaissance man, or the man who wants to grow, is looking to always expand his mental palate so that he becomes such. What's good, Rowley? Good to see you, my dude in Detroit. Shoot out to you, bro. Let me say that again. The man who decides to go to the next level is the man who is looking to expand his mental palate. If you're still talking about the same thing you talked about last year and dealing with the same women and the same problems and the same jobs, the issue is none of those things. It is your thinking. What do we used to say? It is your own ass fault. The mindset of a thinking man is always looking to expand his mental palate to the point where he becomes dangerous, and he now has he has a portfolio of information that he applies and that he knows that now he can speak from many places and many points. I always tell the story about me and my dad, how I was so focused on the Bible. Ain't nobody right but in the Bible. And he said, son, as much as you know the Bible, you read it from back to forward, You got to expand your mental palette to understand not just the Bible, the Quran, to understand different things, sports, to understand different cultures. Many times what's stopping you men is because your thinking, your mindset has never left to understand other cultures, under other mindsets, other people's way of viewing. You don't want to understand nothing because you're so stuck in your ways. The thinking man is always looking to expand his mindset to the next level. You should be, let me help somebody get to 2024. Because remember, we were at one point, we was in 2027. Let me explain what's going on, Sister Ryanita. That's shout out to you. I can't get my claps to work. I don't know why my claps ain't working. Let me say this. The thinking man or the thinking person is always looking, you should be thinking about AI. Oh no, man! I ain't thinking about no AI, man. I'm just. You should be expanding your mindset to figure out how AI works. That's the thinking class. The same. If you're looking for drama and entertainment, you're in the wrong place. This is for people who want to think, who want to reason, who want to expand their mental palette. You should be embracing the new technology that's taking place. Well, they're going to take jobs. What are we going to do? When they close the McDonald's by me? So what? Come up with something else. Come up with a McDonald's 2.0 with the AIs in it and the robots in it, and you own it. That is the thinking class. They're not making excuses about where they're at or what's taking place and the change that's taking place. They're thinking at the next level on what can I do so that I can be at the curve of the ball and not behind the curve. Thinking class. Where you say, well, I'm too old to learn something new. You're never too old to expand your mental palette. You are at the right age. If you have breath in your lungs, if you have reasoning in your head, you have every ability to think at another level. What's happened, especially in the Black community, we are so addicted, intoxicated by drama and by drama and who did what, who don't like what, he's gay, he's not gay, he like this one, and look what this star is doing. What are they rapping about? That we miss the ability to think. And who rules the world? It is not those who are entertained. It is those who think. Let me say that again. Who rules the world is not the person who's entertained. The person who rules the world or who rule the world are the ones who's able and capable of thinking. Let me say that again because some of y'all didn't get it, and I want you to sink deep down inside of you. Who rules the world are the ones who think. Not only do they think about now, they think about the future. I've said this before with my sons. I begin to plant in my sons certain mindsets when they were kids. Let me say that again. When they were little boys, I began to plant inside of my sons certain mindsets so now I'm seeing the fruit or the first sprout of it coming up in their behavior. Why? Because I planted certain things in their mind when they were little. Why? That's what a father and a mother are supposed to do. But if you plant drama and I'm gonna beat you up, you ain't no good, these people for the street, if you planting that up, don't get mad at the harvest of what you see right now in 2024. Mindset. I had to do a reality check mindset because I can't come up here and talk if I don't look in the mirror and see my own self. That's what a lot of people don't do. The Bible says, work out your own soul salvation, soul in their mind, salvation, saving, redemption. So I had to work out my own mental redemption. What does that mean? Or salvation, to save, because my mindset was not correct. So I had to look in the mirror and say, you know what, LDA, you are thinking this way, but it doesn't jive to where you're going and what you want to do. You're going to have to lay aside that mindset if you want to go to the next level. No one's going to do it for you. Let me help somebody out. No one's going to do it for you. No one's going to come and smack you in the head and tell you to change your mindset or to change your current position. Only two things are going to change your mindset. Wow, that was pretty unique. Balloons just coming out of nowhere. But I will say this. Only two things that will cause you to change your mindset. That's pain and pleasure. Only two things that were going to change your mindset. I don't care. You hear all the game in the world. You can listen to the best preacher in the world. You can listen to the best teacher in the world. You can listen to the best motivational preacher, teacher, and all that. You can hear everything else. Only two things are going to change your mindset or change your station in life. That's pain and pleasure. And one of them is going to win. The only reason why you have not changed your mindset is because you have not dealt with enough pain. The only reason why you have not changed your mindset is because you have not dealt with enough pain. Let enough pain happen. You're gonna get comfortable with the pain, or you can say, no, I ain't gonna be able to do that. When I got tired of riding the bus here in Cleveland on the RTA, or we call it RETA, and the health line, and I got tired of that, going to church that way, catching the bus, waiting for this bus, standing in the cold, I said, I can't do this no more. The pain level increased. I have to get a car. Now, I had a hoopty, but baby, I was driving. The pain level got to the point I got tired of that. I can't do it anymore. Some of you, your pain level has not got to the place where you hit rock bottom, where you say, you know what? I need to change my mindset. You're too comfortable in where you're at. And guess what's happening? Life does not care that you're comfortable. The world does not care. Let me help somebody else. The government does not care if you're comfortable. Stay right there for all we care. They don't give. The woman that you want don't care about you being comfortable. It's till you get enough pain in it. Let me tell a story. I was living in a boarding house. So the boarding house, that means that you have a room that's just your room and you pay every week or you pay every month. I was living in a boarding house. I had to do what I had to do. I stayed in the boarding house. Nice place, clean. You got to, that came down. You gotta take a shower. You gotta schedule a shower around when other people take a shower. You had to share the bathroom. You can't be in the bathroom as long as you want. But I had to do what I had to do. So I stayed in this boarding house. And when you had to put my pots and pans in the dresser and things like that. And then I would go, cook at certain times, or I would just eat out all the time, wherever the case may be. Of course, me being me, I wanted company. So I had to bring company into a room, walk them upstairs and go to a room. And, we watch movies, whatever the case may be. At the time, I was dating someone. And it was just a twin size bed that I had inside of this boarding house. And I was like, man, this is, I thought I was doing all right. And I ended up getting a car. So I thought I was doing something. I got me a car, but there was an issue. One time I picked up the person that I was dating her, and she wanted to cook for me. So she wanted to cook some roast. She wanted to cook with the potatoes and carrots, and she wanted the cornbread in the oven. But, this is communal, so I have to share it with everyone else. So late at night, we were up there cooking this food, and I told her to go upstairs, take a shower, make sure nobody was taking a shower, whatever the case may be. And I went downstairs, and I seen something scurry by. I was like, oh, maybe that was just my imagination. I looked again, because I had the stove on. Mickey Mouse was trying to cook at the same time that I was trying to bring the food up to my girlfriend at the time. I said, I cannot live with Mickey Mouse. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, it was a mouse that was on the stove trying to get some of the food that we had just cooked. I said, I can't. I don't do roaches. I don't do rats. I don't do bed bugs. I don't do gnats. I don't do none of that. But Mickey Mouse was trying to get on the stove. He was trying to cook his little meal. He's trying to get his meal. I said, you know what? I can't deal with this. I got to go. I can't do it. I don't care how some people, it's just a little mouse. It ain't gonna do nothing. No, when Mickey Mouse was on the stove, he was trying to get the food. So I didn't want to tell her what happened. Because she would have been up in arms. She would have been screaming, hollering, all like that. But then after that, she had stayed at my place and I went to work, and Mickey decided to come out the closet. He ran across the floor in the room and went by the dresser where the TV was. And she's like, she didn't want to move. Remember, this is a twin size bed. And she didn't want to move because she was scared. So she called me. You ain't gonna believe it's a mouse here. I was like, all right, no mouse here. Ain't no mouse here. I knew it was a mouse there. But the pain of it, the embarrassment of it, of a mouse not only trying to cook, but now he in the bedroom. I said, nope. I can't do this. I got to go. And what I did was, not many, as they would say in the Bible, not many days after that, I ended up saying, I got to move. We got to find an apartment. I began to search, went online, so I called him and found a place up the street that was way better, more room, clean. And I ended up moving there. But it was the think about it. My mindset was comfortable at that place. But Mickey, the pain of it said, you either me or you going to go. And I said, Mickey, I'm not going to be able to play with you being on the stove. I can't do that. And you cannot be in the bedroom with my girlfriend. I ain't there either. The reason why I'm telling that story is because I want you to think. Some of y'all are not going to move until the pain of where you are at pushes you to the next level. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know in the chat room. Two things are going to push you. And this is the other thing, the pleasure, just be very clear, of having a girlfriend at that time, even though I had a room. So all y'all think I don't have any game. Even in a room, one bedroom inside of a house with other people, I still had game. That's for y'all to pick up what I'm putting down. But the pleasure of having my own place and clean, and it was no Mickey Mouses, and it was decorated like I wanted, and it was mine, was way better than the pain of dealing with Mickey Mouse coming up there trying to eat my cornbread. I'm saying this because I had to get out of my emotions. I couldn't be upset. I had to think of a strategy on how I need to move and what I needed to do to get to the next level. I don't know where you are at, man, woman, but this is a man's channel, but I'm going to say man, but you need to think. You need to reason. You need to understand that the only reason why you are where you are is not because of the devil and is not because of God. It is because you're thinking. The only person that's robbing you is you. The only reason why you're dealing with certain women is because of your thinking. The only reason why, for the women who are listening, you're dealing with certain men is because of you. And many times our thinking is we don't believe that we deserve something that is better. Your thinking is the only thing that's robbing you of your future. When I can't get out of here, man, I'm from the hood. I'm always be the hood. It's the environment. It is your thinking that is robbing you from moving forward. I remember when years ago, I used to think that it costs a lot of money to travel across the country or to travel around the world. But once my thinking expanded and opened up. I said, it's better to travel out the country than to travel in the country. And many times it's much cheaper. Why? Because my thinking had to change. Either you thinking, because I was going to name this show, either you're thinking like a loser or you're thinking like a winner. How many of you are really thinking like a winner or thinking like a loser? You don't know my education, LDA. You don't know where I'm from. You don't know what I went through. Either you're going to think like a victim, and then the world's going to treat you like a victim and kick you in the butt, or you're going to think like a winner and say, you know what, I'm going to take names and start kicking butt. That's the difference. Those who win in life are those who think. Those who get paid more money are the ones who think and solve problems. Let me say that again. Those who win in life are not the ones who are moved by their emotions. It is those who think and solve problems. Let me see what my dude says. Since I dropped the weed, more blessings coming in. They were there the whole time, but I couldn't enter into the couldn't enter in the old energy when it's new. Cologne, musty, don't mix. Wow. I wish I could put my claps. My claps went out. Wow. Facts. Let me read what he said. Since I dropped the weed, more blessings coming in. They were there the whole time. This guy has been paying attention to the thinking class, but can't enter the old dirty energy when it's new. Cologne and must don't work. That's good. You can't, in the Bible, it talks about you can't put new wineskin. You can't put new wine in old wineskin. What is that metaphorically saying? You can't put old thinking, like he said, into old ways of thinking. You can't put your new way of thinking, new way of approaching to old ways of thinking. You cannot enter. Let me help a lot of people out because he said something so deep. You cannot take your new way of thinking, new wine, into old ways of thinking. When you do that, you're going to burst the wineskin. Let me help somebody out so they understand the metaphor that was said and Jesus was saying in the Bible. Back in their days, they didn't have wine in the wine bottles. They didn't have that cognac in there. They did not have that bourbon in there. They didn't have that Jack Daniels. They put that in wines. They put it in skins so they can ferment, and so they seal it up, and it will be you drink it up. Yeah. But if you took some new wine and try to put it into the old wine skin, what happened is it would burst. So I want everybody to get clarity of what was said in that metaphor. The same thing happens. You can't put new way of thinking in something that was old. It's going to cause something's going to burst. So what I want you to understand is some of y'all are trying to take on new ways of thinking, approaching to women, to money, situations, and you're trying to take this into things that are completely old. It's like trying to teach a first grader about geometry. They cannot comprehend it. This applies to even the people that you're around. Let me help somebody else, because this thinking, just because your mind has changed doesn't mean the people around you mind has changed. Uh-oh. What my boy say?
You can't make this up.
Say it again, Red Pill.
You can't make this up.
Just because your mind has changed and you see things from a new way, you got this new way of thinking, you got this new game, you cannot expect those around you to get what you're saying. You will be speaking a different language. Let me say that again. Just because you got this new way of thinking, you handle yourself differently, you want to eat differently, you want to go to different restaurants, you cannot expect your old friends to want to do what you've been doing in the past. They ain't gonna be able to get it. They ain't gonna be able to understand it. They said, man, you changed up on us. No, you did change up. You changed your way of thinking. And what happens is your new way of thinking does not compute to their old way of thinking and how you used to think. And what's going to happen? Someone's going to get upset. Someone's going to get mad. Or what could happen is if you're not convinced and have conviction in your new way of thinking, what you're going to do is go back to your old ways because it's comfortable. Go back to the old man because he's comfortable. Or you go back to the type of women you've been dealing with because it's comfortable. You know, she did treat me good. The cornbread she did cook was, she did, she wasn't that bad. You cannot convince everyone to think on the same plane that you are thinking on just because you elevated. Everyone cannot go on. Let me say that because a lot of people are going to get mad by this. Just because you're on the flight doesn't mean everyone's going first class. Just because you're on the same flight doesn't mean everyone is flying first class. And if you have never get on first class, there's a different way they treat you. Trust me, I know. They treat you completely different. Hi, would you want something to drink? Oh, would you like some coffee? Would you like something to drink? You want some candy? You want ice with that? You want some cookies? Would you like this? You want a little towel for your hand? Okay, you can lean back. You got more room in the first class. You have a different caliber of people who think a different way in first class. Versus when you're in coach and you buy the bathroom in the back. Man, I just got on the plane, bro. I'm just here. Every time somebody get up to go to the bathroom, you hear them flush the toilet. Complete. Y'all going to the same destination, but completely different ways of thinking. Some of y'all are so used to being in the back by the toilet, sitting by the toilet, that first class ain't even in your thinking. And then if you want to go even further, just to help some people out, I want to poke a little bit. You get a private plane. You have a different level of luxury and a different level of treatment because you don't even deal with the coach. You don't even deal with the people in the first class. You get your destination completely different when you're riding on a private plane. Let me say it the correct way. When you charter a private plane, I'm using this example to get you to think, to break out of the jail cell that you're in, which is your mind, which is the real game. Some of you still have mindsets of a person who's used to sitting by the toilet of life. Everything that flush, you hear. Everything that you smell, you smell. Every person that gets up, excuse me, somebody they ask you, like you work for the airplane, for the company, for Spirit or for Frontier. Hey, anybody in the bathroom? They think you a flight attendant. Instead of elevating your mind and say, let me move from the back of the plane to the front of the plane and let me sit in first class. Let me enjoy more room. Let me deal with a different caliber of people who have different conversations than they did in the back. There's nothing wrong with people in the back because I had to ride back there one time too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm trying to push you to the front to realize that you deserve better. You deserve to be treated and dealt with completely differently, but you got to get the right mindset. And let me tell you something else, because I've said it, hinted it to it. And y'all may not like it. I really don't. At this point, at 52, I really don't care. I don't care. Many of the reasons why you're not advancing in your mindset or the thinking is because of the people that you have around you. And that goes for family. Let me say that again. The reason why you're not advancing in your mindset is because of the people that you have around you. You can't pull up everybody around you. You're going to have to let some people go. Don't say I'm sorry. Don't say you're mad. You're gonna say you're acting different. Whatever the case may be. Some people, this is for people who want to think. If you don't want to think, you want to get emotional about this, get out of here. Oh, thank you, Riley. Not everyone is capable of leveling up the same way. Correct. I know there was your friend from back in the day. Yo, what's up? That's my dog. What's going on, man? Yeah. Everybody cannot go up and level up at the same way that you do, and they are not capable of doing it and may not want to. I know of someone that's relatively, I don't know of him personally, but he knew my brother. He connected with someone in the NBA, and he's now relatively famous, and he's with a singer. So you figure out who that person is. But he knew my brother from the streets of St. Clair. I didn't know him because he was younger than me. Acting differently means I can control you. Oh, that's good. So this person, you got this. Good. This person is relatively, he's famous. He's I don't know if he's married to the singer or not, but whatever the case. I'm seeing something on good. Appreciate it. I seen him recently, maybe about a month or two ago. He was in an old neighborhood, and he brought his girlfriend, singer, wife / to the old hood, and he rolled by where he used to, do his thing, and he knew my brother from. And he thought about where he came from to where he is now. Some of the dudes that he knew are still on that street, or they're just barely getting by, eating cupcakes, drinking juices, and they have not advanced. What was it about him that said, I got to get out of where I'm at to go to where I need to be at? He had to change his mindset from St. Clair University. Shout out to my dudes from St. Clair University, and to the place where he now is elevated with this particular NBA star, LeBron James, to where he is now. Mindset. This is the thing. I don't know if you noticed this. Some people can leave the hood or leave certain areas, but they take that mindset to the other stratosphere and it doesn't work. They take that same behavior into arenas where they should not be playing at. Mindsets. So shout out to this young man, Rich Paul, that's who it was, who decided to not allow his environment to define him, but he decided, I'm going to define my environment. You can't do that being emotional. Let me say that again. You cannot change your environment being emotional until you change the environment that's inside of you. And how do you change your environment that's inside of you? You change it with your thinking. Some dudes never left St. Clair. Some of them never left the hilltop. Some of them never left Harvard and Lee. Some of them never left the hood. Some of them left, but they have, let me say this because it's the dangerous part. Some people may have left the hood, but the hood has never left them. Let me say that again for those who, let me say that again. Some people have left the hood. I'm out, I'm living in the burbs. But their hood has never left them. They have never expanded their mental palate to taste and deal differently. What mindset do you have? This channel is not for people who want to be entertained. If you want to be entertained, you're in the wrong place. If you want somebody to cuddle you and tell you that you look cute, this ain't the place. If you want someone who's going to bash and talk about women, this ain't the place for you. If you want to be, if you want some place who's going to say men are always right, this ain't the place for you. Sorry, wrong channel, wrong station. Get out of here. I'm just telling you up front. I'm being upfront. Being upfront. But if you want someone who's going to challenge you to think on a higher level, I was talking to Gov today. Everybody who know, anyone who knows me know Gov. Somebody's sending me something. Who knows Gov? Always challenging me to think at a different level. Challenging me to think at a different level. Expanding my thinking, pushing me. If you don't want this, this ain't your channel for you. If you want to be entertained and find out what the latest gossip, because if I was to do gossip and stuff like that, man, my numbers would be crazy. But if you want to be challenged in your thinking, if you want to be pushed to the next level, you're at the right place. If you want to not just actions, not just thinking, but with your actions, because a lot of people get over here, well, man, I didn't change my thinking. You ain't doing a thing. We ain't seen you do nothing. I always put a challenge out there. I challenge anyone to put to work what I said. See what I say, what I teach, see if it works. You should not be listening to anyone who does not challenge you to say, test what I say, what I teach, or what I'm talking about to see if it works. Second of all, make sure they live in what they're talking about, because there's a lot of people on these social media streets who talking about game, but they ain't living the game. Woo, boy, my dude, what's good to see you, Shaw, man? Been a while, man. It's out of place to put emotional content in places where you are called to put in work. That's because emotional content is not where you get your energy from. Woo! Let me read what he said. He is a thinker. Let me say what he said. It is out of place to put. Let me put a little, accent on them. It is out of place to put emotional content in places where you are called to put in work. That's because emotional content is not where you get your energy from. I want you to really get that. I am not saying that you do not have emotions, that you do not feel things, that things don't hurt you, things don't disappoint you. But once you get past that, you need to be able to think. 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 The most dangerous person is not the loudest person or the one with all the emotions. It is the one who can think and actually control the emotional person. I'm gonna say it again. Who was greater? Was it Malcolm or Elijah Muhammad? No one answered, but I'm gonna say the answer again. Everyone thought it was Malcolm. But the wiser person or the smarter person, and I am a Malcolm X fanatic, love him, everything about him. But the wiser person or the thinker was Elijah Muhammad. It is the person who's able to think and outmaneuver you who wins the race. I'm going to say it again. It is the person who's able to solve problems that no one else can solve, who gets all the money. Let me give this piece. It's at 2 o'clock. I'm at 2 o'clock. Let me say this. Y'all let me know in the chat when y'all ready for this one, because I ain't going to say this one. This is game I should not be sharing. Let me know in the chat room. Y'all want me to say this thing right here. And we're looking for sponsors for this show today. Let me know in the chat when you want me to say this right here. This right here gonna really this gonna seal the deal right here, because I don't want to go long. Zach Vision, but I need some more people to let me know you want me to say this. Drop your gem. Teach. One more person to say something. I need one more person to say, you want me to say what I'm about to say in the chat room. One more. Oh, there it is. Go long. Okay. Here it is. Thinking. The man who thinks is a dangerous man. The man who solves problems is also dangerous. But let me say this. This is almost sinister to say. I shouldn't be saying this. I shouldn't be saying this. I should not be saying this. I don't know if I can. I don't know, man. I feel almost, I don't know. I'm thinking, should I say this? But I'm going to say it. The man or the person who can control other people's emotions is also dangerous. The man who can stir the pot and walk away is dangerous. My father, may he rest in peace. All praises to God thank God for my father. Used to get in conversations with people and play the opposing voice or play the devil's advocate. And he'll get people stirred up. They get all fussing and fighting. And then once the two, say it would be 3 of them or 4 of them, he'll come there and interject something, say something that was opposing, whether he agree or not. And it will cause people to get emotional or get upset or I don't like what he said. And they start going back and forth about what he said, and he'll walk away from the conversation. It is the man who knows how to think, solves problems, but also who knows how to control his emotions and knows how to stir the pot up and stir other people's emotions. Look at social media. Look at the drama online. It's normally a person who knows how to stir up the emotions to get you upset, to get you happy, or to buy that burger, or to go do that. Oh, don't she look pretty? All these women are for the streets. All these women, they're 304s while they're dealing with the 304s. Y'all don't want this game. Y'all don't want this. The person who's dangerous is the person who knows how to stir the pot up or to rile the people up in the direction that he's been thinking about or she's been thinking about. Think I'm playing. Check me out. Let me say that again. The person who's able to rile or to stir up the emotions of the people is a dangerous person. Dangerous person. The reality of it is, you do not, let me go here. The reality of it is, you do not want the masses to think. You want them to be blinded by emotions. Let me say that again. You do not want the masses to think. That's why they don't want you to get that's why the game is what? Never told, it's sold. Because there's a price for it. And you're going to pay for it. You do not want the masses to think, because if they are thinking, you cannot lead them, or as was said earlier, you cannot control them. So the person who knows how to get people into the what? Emotions is dangerous. Let me read what my brother said, because I shouldn't have shared that. This is why Elijah Muhammad put out the problem book. It's literally a book of problems constructed in word form to rouse thinking in a man, true genius in action. See? Because men are driven by what we can solve. Let me say that again. Men are driven by what we can solve, not by arousing our emotions. Men are driven by what we can solve. Let me give you a scenario so you can understand what I'm saying. Your woman come to you crying, oh, I can't believe it. Today was a bad day. I can't deal with these jobs. These people here are just crazy. The first thing that you're going to do as a man is what? Hey, maybe you need to leave the job and you need to find somewhere else to work. We're always going to go to solving the problem, solution-minded. I hope so. Hope you men are solution-minded. But the woman did not want you to solve her problem. She wanted you just to hear her out. She was working through her emotions by expressing them to you and telling you what was going on. She was not looking for your solutions. Needed this today. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let me say that example again. Your girl come to you or somebody, woman come to you. I can't go, bro. These people crazy. This job, they always acting stupid. Did you know that coworker I was telling you about, Shakika? Shakika's always doing something. She told the manager that, and she goes on the whole thing and tell you the whole story. She was not looking for a solution. She was looking for an ear. And some of the best thing you can do is like, okay, what? I can't believe that. That's wild. You're thinking, you're affirming her emotions. But if you get emotional with her, she's gonna be like, huh? That don't make no sense. We need to do something about it. We're gonna fight Shakika. I know where she live at. I know her boyfriend. I know I'm gonna do this. You know, Bruh, you didn't turn into somebody with lace drawers on. Shakika, yeah. Sharkeisha, right. They're looking for you not to get emotional with them, but for you to listen to them. Let me say this too. Let me put a cap on that. Not to be their therapist. Go tell her to go get therapy if she needs therapy. Not for you to be the listening ear for everything. Because I need to say that I got to put some parameters around there. Because some of y'all be like, okay, yeah, all right, yeah. You listen to everything that no. But let me go back to my original thought. My original thought is this: the most dangerous person is who knows how to stir up emotions. Who know how to, let me say it another way, who knows how to be the guardian of emotions. That's a better way of saying it. Who knows how to be a guardian of emotions. You're not moved by her emotions. You're not moved by the emotions of those around you. You become the guardian of her emotions. This separates you from the average man, where now you become the guardian of the emotions that take place. You're not moved. How can a rock be moved when it's firmly in place? How can a rock be moved when it's firmly in place? But some of y'all are like sand. Every water or every wave of the ocean is moving you because the wave is representing the emotions around you. You become the guardian of emotions of what goes on and what takes place. Some of y'all are sitting around and wondering why life isn't happening for you because you're too emotional. Look on your social media. Look on your social media. You'll see, man did something. I guarantee you, we can trace the 1, 2 things, 3 things: emotional, pain, pleasure. He's trying to get some pleasure, cause him some pain. He was trying to get some pleasure and it caused him some pain. And he was blinded by the good feeling of the pleasure because he wasn't thinking, and it caused him some pain. Just plain and simple. The reason why you want to learn game, because you got tired of the what? Pain. The reason why people want to learn game, because they got tired of it. They got tired of the what? Pain. No, they got tired of the pain and they want to enjoy some pleasure. Hey, man, I got it. Hey, this ain't working out for me, bro. So what you want to do, learn the game so that you can get out of your pain to get some pleasure. That's why That's why it's so important to realize you can't get it for free. There's a price to pay, but it belongs to the man who's able to think. Do you think that the real PIs are moved by what they say, what the woman is saying on the blade? He got to be able to think. Matter of fact, she has more respect for the man who thinks than the man she lays with. Uh-oh, this too heavy for you. I know I shouldn't be saying it. Because normally the man who she has to lay with, he's like, you know, I love you. You so beautiful. I just care about you. You just, let me tell you what my wife did. And he's telling all her problems. He's telling, and while the PI is like, hey, he's thinking, he's reasoning. He's thinking 4 steps. How are we going to get this money? How are we going to make sure we're securing? He's able to think. I had to go to just such an example. I want you to get it in your mind that the man who wins in life is the man who knows how to guard. Now, let me say this: who guards emotion. Does not, let me emphasize that, does not mean that he does not have emotions. Because I don't want none of you men to go around here being robots. Because that ain't what I'm saying. What I am saying is you got to be able to think, brother. You got to be able to duck. This ain't working for me. When Mickey Mouse was trying to cook, when I was trying to cook, it was not working for me. When I was in that boarding house by myself and Mickey Mouse came out on my girlfriend when I wasn't there, this ain't working for me. Some of y'all haven't got to the place where this ain't working for me. Some of y'all are in jobs and in places because this ain't working for me. Oh, that's deep. A lot of dudes, ladies, about to get knocked this summer, and it's about the sundress season. Yep. Sundress season get a lot of guys. You know why? But this the thing. I'm glad you said that because I want y'all to get it. Let me say that about the sundress. I'm gonna say it this way. If you get the woman's mind, you will always get her. You fill in the blank. If you get the woman's mind, you will always get her sundress season. Y'all fill in the blank. If you get the woman's mind, you will always get her. That's the reason why the PI wins. Let me read this. The thinking man knows the difference between when a woman likes her, women like her, and when a woman is aroused by him, and he is stoic enough to govern himself accordingly. That's where a lot of guys lose. They don't know how to. They're so never. Oh, she's so beautiful. I love her. And look at her body in the sundress season. Oh my God, she's so cute. I gotta have her. When you in that place, you're not thinking. Look at that sundress. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at them hips. Look at her hair. Look at her weave. Look at her sandals. You're driven by your lower nature. You're driven by pleasure and not thinking about the thinking. Say, is this woman on my radar? You got to be able to think to do that. Oh, y'all don't want this. Facts. Where her mind flows, her booty goes. Thank you. Whoa. Right here. I was having my claps. Let me do this one.
You can't make this up.
Don't let a $6 sundress cost you 18 years. This right here needs to be right.
You can't make this up.
I got to put some, what? One more time. Don't allow a $6 sundress to cost you 18 years to life. Let me say that again. And let me make sure, because let me preface my statement in what he's saying and what I'm saying and what we all understand. I am all for marriage. I am all for men and women getting together. I want you to find your boo. I want you to sing love songs to your boo. I don't want nobody to think LTA is against marriage and he's against. No, I want y'all to find your boo, find your good thing, and I'm all for marriage. What about the state? I'm all for that. I'm all for you finding that love in your life and she loving you and y'all doing your thing. We see pictures of you on Instagram and you booed up and all. Okay, I'm all for that. I'm for it. As much as this is not preached on social media, I am for men with women and women for men. Y'all booed up, y'all doing your thing. But let me say what he said. Don't let a $6 sundress cost you 18 years to life. Don't allow that to happen. Don't allow a $6 Walmart. I forgot the other place. It skipped my mind, the other place, to cost you 18 because you didn't got caught up like Usher. You caught up. You all caught up by the $6 sundress, and it cost you 18 years of life. Are they gonna be out here this season? But the thinking man is thinking, wait. I don't want to know what's underneath that sundress. I want to know what's in between them 2 ears of yours. What's in your mind? This is where we lose it at. Because we're not thinking, we're seeing the sundress. You seeing a $6 sundress, and she may have a $2 mindset. You seeing a $6 sundress, and she has a $2 mindset. You seeing a y'all, I know that I didn't see the numbers went down when I said that. And then I'm going to point the finger back at you. Why are you so enamored by a $6 sundress? And you have not seen if she have a $100 mindset or $1 million mindset. Y'all better get off that red pill juice. That red pill juice will get you all messed up. Get off that red pill juice. Woo, I'm telling you, facts. There's a difference between a woman who is into you as a man and a woman who loves what you can do for her. It's all about the mindsets after all. Facts upon facts, and my claps won't come up. So yes, so you can't make this up. Facts. Let me read this. There's a difference between a woman who is into you as a man and a woman who loves what you can do for her. It's all about the mindset. You only find that out when you're able to think. When you're emotional and you blinded by love and she's so beautiful. LGA, she had a $15 sundress on her. She didn't have the $6 mind. She didn't have the $6 sundress on. She had the $15 sundress on. Ow! And you seen them sandals like, ow! She had her hair done. I just love her. Oh my God. Guess what? You need to find out, like brother said, is she into you or is she into what you can do for you? And you know where I'm gonna point the finger back at? It's in your court. It's in you. It's on you, Adam. Y'all, you getting nothing by the $15 sundress. I want to know what's in that mind of yours, sister. What are you thinking? That's when you vet. That's what you reason. That's what you think. Y'all sundress season is coming. I'm gonna see if some of y'all gonna be like, all right, LDJ, I hear you on this show, but I'm out, bro. I'm gonna look at sundress. It's a song back in the 70s by a group called Fatback. It's called Girls. I Like the Girls. Y'all, I know it's old, but anyway. But my point is saying is this. You need to look at what's in, because I'm telling you, if you deal with certain people, they're going to take you on a trip that you wasn't ready to go and that you ain't paid for. I'm here to tell you, y'all, what Bill DeVoe said, never trust in a smile. That girl is poison. And I'm going to say it this way. Some of you guys, you're poison. Because they can say the same thing to you. That's great. Legendary song right there. Yeah, you got to know that song. Yeah. Shout out to you. Shout out, you're right, for brain trust in the thinking class. Shout out to you, brother. Hey, he sponsored the show today. Let's get the reaction in. I'm gonna get it up. LBA, appreciate it. Oh, good. Oh, hey, wait, 1, 2, 3, hey, 1, oh, hey, get that storm going. 1, appreciate that for the brain trust in the thinking class. Appreciate for sponsoring the show. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's how you show your appreciation for what you're getting. I'm trying to save y'all from Riley said the $6 sundress to 18 years of life, baby. The math ain't mathing with that one. The math is not mathing with that at all. Trust and believe. But that's all right. Y'all gonna fall for it. You gonna be like, do. I heard what LDA said, but guess what? She was so pretty and she had that sundress on. You didn't even see her feet was clean. And I'm gonna point the finger back to you. Don't come back on the channel and say, LDA, she did me wrong. What happened? She had a sundress on. I'm gonna look right at you like, did you think? No, I wasn't thinking. She was so cute. She had the sundress on and she didn't have nothing on under the sundress and she had on sandals and her hair was done. And she said, how you doing? And she talked real nice to me. Did you think? I didn't think nothing. And I'm gonna say, peace, brother. Because I gave you the keys. You got to be able to think. And you can't not blame the woman because you decided to lay with her. But if you decide to lay with her mind, it's a different thing. When I was doing the LD After Dark, women were listening to it because you know why? I was talking to their mind. This will separate you from everyone else. To be able to what? Think. A woman is intrigued by a man who has something to say. Let me say that again for those in the back of the class, back of the stadium. A woman is intrigued by a man who has something to say. And he's not just, well, you know, what happened was I was you have nothing to say. The man, she's intrigued by a man who gets her to think, who get the juices to flowing in her mind. I'm trying to help somebody understand this. The man who gets her to think and this is the last piece of game I got to give. A man who gets her to feel like a woman. And the only way you can get a woman to feel like a woman is if you're in your masculinity. Let me say that again. A woman is intrigued by a man who gets her to feel their emotions of anger, jealousy, hatred, happiness, sadness, all that wrapped up in one. She's enamored by the man who gets her to think and to feel. But she's also enamored by a man who's able to teach her something. I didn't say something. I didn't game. That's why women love romantic love. That's right. Get her to think. Oh, get her to feel. And oh my God. And to think and to feel. But the other side of the game is, me and my sons were talking about this. My sons, they come over here, they drop some game on you guys. But also a woman who's able to get who can challenge her. Most women deal with dudes who don't get them to think or challenge them. And I'm not talking about you taking her do 5 jumping jacks right now. Okay, do 2 push-ups right now. challenge her thinking, who teaches her something. A woman is intrigued. That's why I'm saying think. When a man who's able to get her to think, who challenges her, who stretches her, and I'm saying mentally for all you guys who really picking up what I'm putting down. She doesn't want a man that's predictable, who's just like Joe Blow, who's just like the man she came across. She wants the man who's able to get her to think, who challenges her, who says, yes, let's try this restaurant. Oh, let's go over here. Let's look at this over here. Who challenged her thinking. Why do you think? Oh, I'm giving too much game away. Why do you think some women, likes the leader? Because he's able to lead, but he's also leading her in her mind. So now she gets to fantasize about being with a man who's able to lead her and who's able to get her mind to stretch. You can't do that if you're not stretching your own mind and you're not expanding your own mental palette. If you just listen to the same kind of music, you listen to the same commentary all the time, listen to the same people, women ain't crap, women ain't crap, women ain't crap, these women are the dogs, you keep listening to that and you have not expanded your mental palette, you have nothing for her to come into. Women want to come into a world where there's amusement parks, rides, water parks, water and calmness, and then another roller coaster. I'm telling you, I don't care what culture. They want to. This is the thing, though. If we use the amusement park analogy, you know there's certain rides that you cannot get on unless you're a certain height and you're of a certain age. And there's certain parks you cannot go in unless you're accompanied by an adult. You have to be that you got to be that so particular about who you allow to play in your mental garden. You can't do that if you ain't thinking. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. And this, when you are thinking on this level that I'm trying to bring you up to, that you're not trying, because trying is a weak word. Thank you to my mentor for saying that. But I want you to get to this level of thinking. You're able to dismiss who's supposed to be in your life and who's not supposed to be in your life. You begin to pick and choose who's in your life and who's not in your life. $6 sundress cutie may not be the one you need to have in your life. I know of one young lady, shout out to her. She had sundresses, but they weren't so much sundress, but they were like dresses, real flowy dresses. But them dresses were at least $200 to $500. $200 to $500. And when she walked, they flow with her. They wasn't all gripping her body and things like that, but they fit her correctly. It wasn't showing all her curves. It showed enough to say, oh, okay, I see the silhouette a little bit. Okay, I see what you're working with. But it was like, oh, okay. But their dress was at least and you couldn't find them over at your regular store. You had to order them, or they were at a specialty store. I want you to raise your parameter of what you believe you deserve, men and women, to think at a higher level. Don't fall for $6 sundress. If you're going to fall for someone who at least she spent some money on the sundress. She didn't get it on Amazon. I ain't get somebody who get this stuff, but I'm just saying this particular young lady I know, she spent some money, and every time she wore her dresses, she got compliments. Oh, that's such a nice dress. Oh, thank you so much. What kind of dress? Oh, I got it from. She would never say where it was. Why? Her mindset says that I'm at this level, but I deserve to wear a garment that match who I am. You need to think, if she's wearing a $6 sundress, what mindset is she at? And I'm not against, because I've seen some nice $6 sundresses. But what mindset? What is she willing to invest in herself? And what is she willing to invest in you? This is Lawrence D. Adams. This is when spirituality and the thinking class combined. You have the what? Thinking class and game combines. Facts. Validation should only apply where effort is applaud. So if you enjoyed this, thank you so much for sponsoring this today. Shaw, you are the sponsor for today. If you want to give, you can give on Cash App. You can give on Cash App is let me get the Cash App up there. Cash App, where are you? Cash App. Cash App, Lawrence D. Adams. Give if you want to give. Go back and replay what I talked about today, because I gave a lot of stuff. I said a lot of things that you ain't never heard before. Man, nobody's challenged you to think like this. If you, let me say this again. I'm gonna make sure this is for those who want to get it. Let me say this again. This channel is not for bashing women. It's not for the drama. This ain't for talking about your mama. I don't care nothing about none of that. I understand about the modern woman. I care nothing about that. The modern man, say, don't come over here. This ain't the channel for you. Nope. This ain't for the modern man. This ain't for if you want to be emotional. Emotional. You want to play the victim? This ain't for you. You want to be crying and whining? They took my cookies. Well, go and get you another pack. This ain't for you. This is not for you. If you want somebody to rub you on your tummy and tell you everything is going to be all right, this ain't the place for you. If you want somebody to like everything you say, this ain't the place for you. But if you want to be challenged, if you want to stand up on like I told my son, stand on your 2 feet and let your balls drop, this is the place for you. If you want to think on another level, this is the place for you. But this is not for crybabies. I'm at 52. I don't got time to deal with nobody's little kid. This ain't the place for you. But if you want to be challenged, if you want to go to the next level, if you want to expand your mental palette, if you want to get game on the next level, this is for you. Everybody can't go through this kind of boot camp because they're too soft. If you want to be emotional and you want to cry and whine and these emojis, women are so crazy, this ain't the place for you. If the women are like that, leave them alone. Shout out to somebody that's in a Cash App. Appreciate it. Zach, appreciate it. Thank you. Gratitude. Appreciate that, Zach Curtis. Thank you for the Cash App. Appreciate that. This is for you. Thank you for. I gotta give you some. Wait a minute, for Zach. This Zach, he didn't gave. Let me get this for Zach. Let me get this for Zach because he didn't gave. Let me put what up. Zach didn't gave. You didn't get some. Get some balloon. Shout out to Zach. Shout out to Zach. Appreciate that. He gave through Cash App. Appreciate that. This, if you want to be, let me say this. I'm going to say it again. Carl Thomas sounding crying babies, and I'm emotional. And I need a man. This ain't the place for you. If you want somebody to change your diaper, this ain't the place for you. I'm sorry. I'm not even sorry about it. We got too many of these weak men, too many soft shoe, tailor tissue, wearing men who ain't about nothing, always crying and whining on social media. This ain't for you. I don't know what this at this age. It ain't for you. If you want somebody to change your diaper, I ain't the one. I ain't gonna do it. I am not gonna do it. This ain't for you. This class ain't for you. This is for men who want to think. It's for women who want to think. It's people who want to advance their life, who want to expand, who want to experience the luxuries of life. This is for you. But if you want to be crying and whining and go listen to some other channel. I will give you a list of them. Don't come over here. Go give over there. This is for people who want to reason, who want to expand their thinking, who wants to start to realize that what you think affects everything around you. But don't come over here with that. Well, hey, what if the woman, you want to debate about the modern woman? Not here. I got channels. There's channels you can go to. Go listen to that. It's about thinking, and then also too, I want to say this too. I'm going to say things to provoke you to think. I'm going to say things to get you to think. I heard something today. Shout out to BGS. Did an excellent breakdown of how men are revered in Africa and how men are treated here in United States. Caused me to think. Shout out to BGS. And I listened to Ron Wills today, so I'm giving some good content. Ron Wills talking about the social classes of women. Sometimes, and shout out to Ron Williams for this, some of the women that you're trying to shoot for is not in your social class. But you got to be able to think. You can't be emotional. She ain't like me. I don't know why. You're not thinking. She's not going to talk to you, boo. She's not going to talk to you. You know why? You're not in her social class. Women are always looking to get hypergamy, to move up. But you got to be able to think. Digest things that cause you to think and reason. Stop all this patty cake entertainment stuff. And you can listen to entertainment all you want, but you should be listening to someone who's going to push you to go to the next level or push it to the limit. But if you want your Pampers changed, this ain't it. We don't have that. We don't have that station over here. I don't think I ever was a pepper station place. No, not going to tolerate that. But this is Lawrence D. Adams. Thank you for listening today. Go back and listen to this show. I said some things, some dangerous things I've said that you need to go back and listen to. Take notes on. Not only take notes on, but you need to say, let me test out and see if this works. I put the challenge to anybody that's listening. Put the challenge to anyone that's listening. Test it out, see if it works. This is Lawrence D. Adams. You know what this sound means. Peace and beer grease. I'm out.